Okay, well, Martin Guptill, 157, plays 158, I think, goes down to the penultimate ball. Pretty good hit out for both sides.
Yeah, it was a pretty tight game in the end. Boys got some good time on the legs again, and I think we're looking forward to the England game and then getting into the tournament itself.
Yeah, and just on the batting, first up, you and Daryl again managed to get a good partnership going at the top. It must have been pleasing.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you can get a wee partnership going and get a good run rate up front and the first 6 overs to get some momentum is always pleasing for the team. And doing our jobs, and the way Daryl's been pushing through to their 10th over and getting retired twice has been brilliant for him.
Yeah, particularly in these conditions, how important is that new ball period for the batting side?
Yeah, I think it's pretty massive, just like any time really. I mean, on good wickets, you want to get off to a good start, and over here where the wickets are a little bit slower, a little bit too paced, to get off to a good start like that in these last 2 games has been pretty pleasing for us.
Yeah, as a total, what did you think 157 on that wicket?
Yeah, it did get a little bit harder to hit the ball, but mate, we were potentially 10 runs short, but at the end of the day, we put up that score, and we probably should have defended it, but it wasn't to be.
Then let's talk through the first ball of that match. Talk us through from your position at first slip.
First, it was about 2.5 slips, I reckon. I was quite wide, but obviously Davey ran down the wicket and little leading edge, and I just stuck a hand out and it managed to stay in.
Yeah, you're being very modest, mate. Going on from there, it sort of looked like it was seesawed the whole innings. There was a big spell there, I think, from Mitchell Santner in the middle, which sort of swung things back towards you guys. Yeah,
we pulled it back well. I think we let things go after the first ball a wee bit and let them get off to a bit of a good start. But the way the guys came back and held them down to needing, I think it was 13 off the last over, and a couple of good shots and a lucky little edge the second last ball. They got across the line.
And I suppose just lastly, it's two good tussles like that is, I suppose, good to get the guys sort of a little bit match hardened ahead of the tournament.
Absolutely, it's our first time together as a T20 unit for quite some time. So, we dusted off the cobwebs, and now we've got one more warm-up game before we hit the tournament running.
That's cool. All right, look, Ronchi, another fairly good hit out from the coach's perspective. Yeah, what do you make of that one?
It was good. It was, I guess, another step up from the Dutch the other day. The guys went out and they batted really well on a surface that was different from the other day. It was a lot slower at certain times and lots of changes of pace. So to see Daryl there, another option, he's sort of given us a few headaches, I guess, selection-wise. So that's really good from a selection and team point of view. Kane went out and the guys just got what they needed to just to sort of move the team forward and sort of prepping for the World Cup.
Yeah, just particularly on Martin Guptill, he's looked pretty good in both hit-outs getting to 30, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. And that's the exciting thing for us. He's going to be massive for us. The power plays here are really important to get the teams off to a good start. And Gup's been amazing that for New Zealand for however many years now. I mean, I don't even know how long it's been. So hopefully he continues that on and gets us sort of going in the tournament.
157 on that wicket. Is it sort of similar to some of the conditions you expect you'll face in the tournament?
Yeah, very much. So I think the surfaces in all 3 grounds are going to be completely different, and I think there'll be some fluctuating scores, but around that sort of mark is sort of what we're going to expect, I think. And to be there and to bowl the way we did and to bat the way we did was actually really exciting and positive going forward.
Yeah, what are the keys to batting in these conditions, do you think?
You've got to look straight. I mean, the guys are doing that really well. They're hitting straight early, and then you sort of react if the ball does other things. I think sometimes here, the bounce is what gets people out. The ball skids a little bit more sometimes, and it can hold a little bit. So the guys are sort of holding their shape or their form and looking straight and then reacting to the other stuff, which is really pleasing.
Cool, and you've still got Tim Seifert and Mark Chapman to potentially come back as well. You've been working with them in the nets a bit?
Yeah, been doing some good work with them. They've both been looking really good, and I guess they're both itching to get some cricket under their belt. So they've both been sitting down a little bit, unfortunately, with IPL games for Seif and Chappie sort of having to wait a fair bit of time for some cricket. So they're both itching to play some games.
Cool, and just the final warm-up game against England, the chance to, I suppose, refine for the final time ahead of the tournament. Yeah,
well, that's what it is. It is trying to just fine-tune those little bits and pieces you can't perfect, but just get better and better as much as you possibly can. So every team's doing that, and every team's sort of looking to grow in the steps towards the World Cup. So for us, it's no different, and the guys are doing the same thing.
Cool, and just lastly, there's been some entertaining games in the first part of the tournament as well, a few upsets and whatnot. You guys been keeping an eye on those matches? Yeah,
very much so, because I mean that's also important for us, knowing that the teams were a chance of playing sort of in the group stage when we get to them. So we are watching the games, the players, the teams, and also the surfaces, because that's going to give us some good detail going forward.